Ladies and gentlemen, now today marks the end of Alliance War Season 8, and I feel like for a lot of people, this was a little bit more of a chilled season, because when it comes to the deeper end game, I think Alliance War has become a bit of a backseat priority in comparison to Alliance Quest Map 7, the insane amount of Tier 5 basic that you can get from the crystals, the rank rewards, the glory store. You know, it really does add up on a weekly basis. We're going to be doing like a very, very huge Map 7 crystal opening, man. I've saved almost 100, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. But just in comparison, man, for kind of the 6-week cycle that Alliance War runs on, it's just become a little bit of a backseat priority, and I think, you know, at least for me, like, that's a good thing, man. I much prefer like Alliance Quest to Alliance War. I still think it is a little bit of a pain in the ass, a little bit stressful, but also I don't think I died this season as well. But in all fairness, man, I've got a very straightforward path on path 1, and at the end of this video I'm going to show you like a few fights and a few runs from the last 2 Alliance Wars, because people are always like, you know, Seatin, you never upload Alliance War gameplay, and it's just because it's always like, you know, 4 or 5 minutes of like decent gameplay here and there. So I thought we'd chuck it on today, boys, so you can see, you know, your man in action. I've been using like Stark, Spidey, Domino, and Captain America Infinity War this season for all sorts of fun fights, man, and it's been working out fairly well for the most part. But all my other champions are, you know, mainly either focused on Alliance Quest or on Alliance War defense. But anyway, lads, enough waffling on, man. I'm desperate to crack open this 6-star crystal, because we have had not the best luck in terms of the 6-star champions, in terms of the most recent Cavalier openings that we've done. But today's Cavalier opening might change everything, boys. I think we're gonna have hopefully a really big swing back today. But anyway, a fully formed, guaranteed 6-star champion. And on the very first Cavalier Crystal opening that we did, we got 6-star Proxima Midnight, and I'm in love, boys. I would love to awaken Proxima, but if we could get the 6-star Corvus as well to match her, mate, I would be over the moon. 6-star Ghost as well is definitely a top pull. But anyway, let's stop this crystal and see what we're going to get from the 6-star Season 8 crystal. It's going to be a Rocket Raccoon Awakening. Oh, boys, that's a little bit dire, man. A little bit dire. Oh, you know, there was a time when I wanted that on the free-to-play account. I was really hoping that would stop on Massacre, man. Massacre would have been such a sick pull, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to enjoy the wonderful awakened ability of Rocket Raccoon, which was nerfed in 12.0 when they introduced the diminishing returns on crit. So that's not the best time, lads. But anyway, enjoy the Alliance War footage. Hopefully it's a little bit better than this. So that opening was a super fun time, but now we've got a couple of clips from the final 2 wars of the season, and in both of these clips, man, I'm using a fair amount of boost, just because we were really close to getting in the master bracket. So, you know, I was trying to boost up and not die, so that I didn't get yelled at if I did, boys, because that's not what anybody wants. But anyway, we've got this double power gain magic up first, so I've kind of built up 6 poise just to give me a really high chance to crit here. I could have maybe gone for 10 in this matchup, but magic only has 75k, so it's not the biggest health pool in the world. And looking back, I think maybe a bit of a safer way to play this one with Stark is just go for the parry heavy attacks, like 10 poises, parry heavy is maybe a little bit safer here, but you can see we haven't got any limbo procs so far. I'm just trying to push her over those thresholds while she's stunned and do kind of double medium combos. But yeah, she went down really easily, man. Stark is so stacked and works so well for Alliance War, and I absolutely love him, man. He's still such an MVP. Now, next up on this path is the unblockable special 1 node, and I usually go with the expectation that it's probably going to be like a classic Spider-Man on this node, so I was a little bit surprised to find a Captain America Infinity War, but Cap Infinity War is really easy to fight once you get into the rhythm. I'm trying to stay like close to him to try and get like a poise off the special 1, but being Alliance War, it's one of those modes of gameplay where you never want to be like too risky, so yeah, I haven't been like too risky with the poise here. You can see we've got pretty much no poise, but I think one of the things that I consider a little bit more important in a lot of these matchups is just kind of getting into the rhythm of the fight. But if you do like a good poise building fight, lads, you are going to love the next fight on the Bane node. But yeah, Captain America Infinity War is just very easy and straightforward to fight. He is a little bit chunky with that glancing, but, you know, isn't the worst in the world and goes down in, you know, 40-something hits, and that was with, you know, no poise generation at the start of that encounter. But the next fight, because you quite often see, like, on this top left node, Mordo on Bane, and what you always want to do on Bane is you've got to build up those poise charges, man. This is a fight where I have to, at the start, get all the poise charges up if I want to have a good time in here, because if you start building up poise initially, then you don't have to worry about Bane and transferring that. You know, it's not a problem until one of the opponents hits each other. So yeah, we don't need to worry about Bane yet, so I'm just trying to get those poise charges up to 10 so we can absolutely demolish that Mordo. I find it's always, you know, a slight bit nerve-wracking, at least for me, building up the poise charges in Alliance War, so sometimes I accidentally parry, and that's a bit of a pain in the ass on Mordo here. So yeah, I'm just trying to bait out that special 2 at the moment. We finally get the special out of him, and we are ready to go, lads. And now it becomes, you know, significantly more straightforward, because we've got Taunt on Mordo, so he's much more likely to throw his specials, and then we can just get to a special 2 and nuke this lad down. Excellent Bane transfer timing there. We go for a special 2, end that one. And I'm pretty sure that was like a rank 4, maybe even a rank 5 Mordo. I mean, he's got a lot of PI there, almost 36k. So he's fairly stacked, man. But we absolutely shredded him with Starkanaut Spider-Man. So I was proper happy about that one. And then Asta's moved over for the energy. So I've still got my boost active here. And now we're going for the Green Goblin mini-boss. So this is a 6-star Awakened one. Rank 1 hasn't been taken up to rank 2. Now, this mini-boss node provides the defender with, like, double power gain and also more likely to throw a special 2, and also the special 2 is unblockable. So I'm like, if I'm going to die on this fight against Green Goblin, it's going to be to some sort of, like, mess up involving the special attacks. So I popped an invulnerability boost to make sure if I, like, screw up or the auto-evade doesn't trigger, that we're still going to be alright with Starkanaut Spider-Man. But here, because of the power gain, you know, I don't want to be baiting out too many specials, so I'm just trying to build that poise at the start. It's going quite well so far. So I think here what we do, I'm getting a little bit worried because we're backed into the corner, but we managed to dodge that one out. Green Goblin, like, he's not too much to worry about in the corner because it's heavy attack on the second bit. Like, he dashes back a bit himself, so that's always really nice. And now we're just trying to bait out a special 2 here. And what I notice as well is that this lad has invested in that Evade Unstoppable mastery, which can really catch out a Starkanaut Spider-Man at certain times. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful of that one. However, here I went for a medium heavy attack because it's usually a combo I do like all the time in Alliance quests with Captain America Infinity War, but then I just forgot to take into account Limber, so I just got, you know, special 1 there, man. So I'm a little bit on the ropes, man. I've taken a little bit of a beating. I don't have invulnerability anymore, so I need to be really on the ball when it comes to evading that next special 2 if I want to get the win. Luckily, he did not proc Unstoppable, and we did not auto-evade on the final deck, so that was a really good time, man, and we managed to get that Green Goblin mini down. So yeah, pretty good run, man. Pretty good run. Always Starkanaut Spider-Man. Didn't have to use any potions on that one, so it's a very happy time. Now, this next one is from our final war against MMG. I think we've got Thor Ragnarok, Classic Spider-Man, and also Medusa on the Bane node as well. And this time I've brought in, Captain America Infinity War as well, because he is just a bit of a beast for any kind of cosmic that you're not really too sure is on the Bane node. Because sometimes I've seen from like a lot of top-level alliances, they'll throw like Champion in there to like mess people up a little bit, because Champion with his Unstoppable can sometimes be a little bit unfortunate in terms of the Bane timing transfer, and also the fact that he has like a really stacked health pool. Does like 2 additional things on the Bane. It increases the damage from Bane because that's all dependent on the health of the opponent, but it also, you know, drags out the fight a little bit more and makes more room for errors on that note. But Cap Infinity War, you know, you can just get rid of that Unstoppable, mate, and it's a pretty good time. So I wasn't really expecting to see a Medusa, but you're going to see that fight there. Very nice special 2 from Domino with a crit bleed, gets down that Thor Ragnarok. But you can see he's a little bit tricky on that node, man. There are a lot of special attacks to bait out, but Thor Ragnarok, as long as you can manage that fight well, you know, you're not going to be caught off guard too much. Now, the next fight is against Classic Spider-Man, which again is usually the opponent that I see on this node. So yeah, I just like to build a bit of poise at the start here, and then we usually like fight evade champions by doing double medium combos with like Starkanaut Spider-Man, especially if they can be stunned. So it becomes a little bit less of a problem. I think we might go for some heavy attacks here as well. So yeah, just diving in for those double mediums, man. Throw a heavy attack there to power drain him. You can see he's like absolutely getting ruined here, mate. So Stark Spidey Infinity is just, he's such a fun time, man. Such a fun time. And yeah, that's how you deal with a Spider-Man that can be stunned with Stark-Enhanced Spider-Man. Not a bad matchup at all, but it was really this one that I was worried about the most. Mystery Cosmic Champions on Bane can always be a little bit of a pain in the ass, considering, you know, the amount of health on this node as well. And I see it's Medusa, and I haven't played much Cap Infinity War when it comes to Alliance War. I definitely could have heavy countered there if I was a little bit more on the ball, a little bit quicker as well, but I'm just trying to figure out this matchup and what I can and can't do, and there are definitely some mistakes that I'm making this fight, because what you can essentially do in this matchup with Cap Infinity War is just infinitely like parry and throw heavy to have a really good time, but we go for some heavy counters here. So yeah, as soon as she charges a heavy, man, we just dash back, throw the heavy attack. We didn't really have a good connect on that one. So you can see at the moment we're eating like a lot of damage from the Bane node, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. And I'm kind of thinking like, what do I want to do for my special attacks in this matchup as well? And I kind of decide if I'm going to die to anything on this matchup, it's probably going to be Bane. So I'm going to save the special 3 just in case there's like a really bad transfer timing. So I can just get the Bane off of me and onto Medusa. But it's not going too bad, man. Like we had one really kind of bad Bane interval there, and you can see, especially on this node, man, how much a rank 5 can quickly get the opponent down, because Captain America got absolutely nuked by that first initial stack of Bane, but I could have played a little bit better, got a bit more aggressively into the parry there, and I think we go for a heavy attack, special 3 to end this one off, and we managed to get a rank 5 Medusa down on this node, and Cap did wonders there, man. He did such an incredibly good job. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, smash that like button for Rocket Raccoon. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.